स्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं नैतरचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्रीं नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वन्नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं विभानम् वैशिष्ठान्तयवसदर्शिगणैरावृतं आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दमूर्तिं स्वात्मारां मुद्रवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिपीडे एकान्तार्थविभासकागितके शान्तादिसन्न्यासिने नानावादिनगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बुद्धात्मने अपारसच्चित्सुखभारिराशिर्यस्योर्विमात्रं वनं समस्तं विभाहितं तं रमणकुलधीरं चित्ताविहीनं हृदि चिन्तयामि। राकाचन्द्रसमानकान्तिवदनानाकाधिराजस्तुता मूकानामपि कुर्वती सुरधुनीकाशपक्वैभवम् श्रीकाञ्चीनगरी विहाररसिका शोकापहन्त्री सताम् एका पुण्यपरम्परा पशुपते राकालिनी राजते योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरं मातामहो मातरं च पितरं च पितामहो मातुलं च गीसरसिजं करुणा समुद्रं राधासहायमतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं वातालकेशं भावयामि। गोपिका जीवनस्मरण गोविन्द गोविन्द जानकीकान्तस्मरणं जय जय राम राम हर नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव। Today we have the fortune of experiencing Narayaneeyam and Bhagavan on the auspicious day of Vaikuntha Ekadashi. Any Ekadashi with Nama Sankirtanam and Bhagavad Dhyanam is the main goal, especially for Vaikuntha Ekadashi. This, which happens to be in the Dhanurmasa. A lot of and our Mahotsava is always very close. It's a very auspicious time to be in the Smarana of Bhagavan Gita. Today, we will go through the message of Uddhava to the gopis, which Bhagavan sends to him. And then the favorite Rukmini Kalyana episode, the Mangala episode, is the subject for the auspicious day today. Dashakam 76. Gatva Sandipanimatha Chatushashtimatrairahopihi Sarvajñastum Sahamusalina Sarvavidya Grihitva Putram Nashtam Yamanidayanat Ahratam Dakshinartham Datva Tasmi Nijapuramagadagin Panchajanyam. So, as usual, Bhattatri, in his superb way of condensing a lot of content in a single verse, he's condensing more than two adhyayas in this verse. Bhagavan goes to, so comes up and he has reached Ugrasena. Also, Ugrasena has been crowned the king of the Yadavas. Next, he goes to a guru to learn Vidya. We know the 64 Vidyas are famous. There is a list of what the 64 Vidyas are. Recently, there was even a conference, a seminar in Bangalore regarding the 64 different arts that exist. And a lot of those who are that. So Bhagavan, just 64 days, he learns the 64 different arts. Chatushashtimatrihi ahohi from his guru, Sandipani. Why should Bhagavan go to guru even though he is Sarvajna? This is what Bhagavan tells in the Bhagavad Gita also, for Loka Sangraha. Even though I need not do anything, to show the path to others that this is how it has to be done, he goes to a guru and learns from him. So just 2 months of Gurukula Vasa for Krishna, not more. Chatushashti Matre Rahovi. In 64 days he learns the 64 arts along with his brothers, Musalina, with Balarama. Balarama goes along with him. And both of them, Sarva Vidya Grihitva. All what has to be learned, he learns in those 64 days. Putram Nashtam Yamanilayanat. When Krishna asks Sandipani, what is the Guru Dakshina that I have to give you? Sandipani does not know what to ask for. He knows that Krishna is Bhagavan. And having taught, he will be known as Guru of Lord Krishna for all time to come. That itself is Guru Dakshina for him. But on Krishna's insistence and persistence, after having conversed with his wife, Sandipani asks for a boon, the Dakshina that only Krishna can give, nobody else can give. Sandipani's own son had once been to the Prabhasa Kshetra. Prabhasa Kshetra is what we currently know as Somnath, around that Gujarat. He had been there and he drowned, unfortunately, in the ocean when he had been to the Prabhasa Kshetra. Sandipani requests Krishna to bring his son back. Putram Nashtam Yamanilayanat Ahritam. So Bhagavan first goes to that ocean, goes to Prabhat, then he goes into the ocean. There he finds a demon named Shankachuda. He kills that demon, and from him he gains the conch that has grown on that creature. He gets that is the Panchajanya. And then he gets to know that he goes to Yamaloka and he orders Yama to give the son back. Ahritam Dakshinartham Dattva Tasmi. So having given his son back to Sandipani, Nijapuramagaha, he returned back to Dwaraka. Nadayan Panchajanyam, blowing on that newly gained conch, that is the Panchajanya. Yama and other devatas, the Dikpalakas and all the great devatas, they are also under Bhagavan's command. That is what this shows, that if Bhagavan wills, he can change even the vidhi that is there for a person. That is why prayer is extremely important. Even though we say that whatever karma we have done, that karma is bound to give some result. And this sharira has been gained by the previous prarabdha. Therefore, there is a particular line. There is a lot of fate. Whatever happens, just happens. We seem to have no control over what is happening. But when you pray to Bhagavan, Bhagavan being the Phaladata, he is the giver of the fruit. So he can change the fruit depending on the punya karma that you do now. By praying to him, by doing bhakti to him, you are requesting to lessen the burden that is currently with you. So if you are doing some punya now, it might give you fruit either later or in some other janma. But you are doing that bhakti so that you come out of the difficulty right now. And that can only be done with Bhagavan. So that is why prayer is extremely important. And Artha Bhakti is known as, if you have to ask something, ask it from Bhagavan. We have this behavior of saying, I will not ask Bhagavan, but you will ask so many other people for help. You will ask every Tom, Dick and Harry. So everybody will ask for help, but that you never ask request for help from Bhagavan. you have to ask anything from Bhagavan, if you have to ask anything, ask it from Bhagavan. Artha Bhakti is the first step. You request everything from him. And he will give you, surely, if it is necessary, if it behoves of him to give it to you. So here, he brought back Sandeep, his son, who had died. According to his karma, he had drowned in the ocean. But that karma could be changed by Bhagavan because of Sandeep. And he brought him back. The Asura who was killed inside that ocean was named Panchajana. That is why the conch that grows on him was named as Panchajanya, one which is born from Panchajana. He brought that back and he blew that and he returned back to Dwaraka. Smritva Pashupa Sadushaha Prema Bhara Prannaha Karunyena Tavi Vivashaha Rahino Ruddhavantam Kinchamushmi Paramasukde Bhakta Vadya Jatasa Bhaktiyudrekam Sakalabhubane Dulabhan Darshayishyan. Once he returns back to Dwaraka, he usually spends his time with Uddhava and a few others. And he keeps on thinking about the gopis of Vrindavana. They keep coming into his memory again and again. Pashubha Sudrishaha, the gopikas of Vrindavana. Prema Bhara Pranna. And he was, they were overcome by intense love for Krishna. Just by thinking about the prema that they had, Krishna also feels emotion. Karunyena Tamapi Vivashaha. Seems like his hands are tied. Means he is tied to them. Rahino Ruddhavantam. But this is not the right time for Krishna to go back to Vrindavana. So he sends a message through Uddhava and he asks Uddhava to visit Vrindavana. Kinchamushmi Paramasukde Bhaktavadya Yatasa. Also, he wanted Uddhava to learn about the bhakti of the Gopikas. He wanted Uddhava to understand the greatness of the gopis and therefore bring out their greatness to many others. And that's why Bhagavata again goes back to the gopis to talk about the gopis. Bhaktiyudrekam Sakalabhubane Dulabham Darshayishyan. To show the kind of bhakti that is almost impossible to gain by anybody else. Dulabham. It is not easy to get that kind of a bhakti. So rare that bhakti is in all the worlds. You can never find that kind of a bhakti. Therefore, Uddhava was sent as a Buddha. Vanmahatmya Prathima Vishunam Gokulam Prapya Sayin Tadvarta Dhirva Bahusaramaya Masanandam Yashoda. Uddhava reached there immediately. Mahatmya Prathima Vishunam. The greatness, Prathima means magnitude, huge magnitude of greatness of Krishna. Gokulam Prapya. Just by talking about Krishna with Nanda and Yashoda, he spent the time. After Nanda had returned after Kamsavatha, there were so many things that had happened. He related probably every day of Krishna, every activity. That is what Nanda and Yashoda want to hear, all about Krishna. So he goes on and on talking about Krishna and the great glory of the Lord. Radhara Drishtva Manimayaratham Shankita Pankajakshiyaha. Uddhava probably reached in the evening after everyone had closed the doors and gone back to their homes. He reached Yashoda and Nanda's home. Next morning, when everyone wakes up, the gopis wake up and they see that there is a Ratha again in front of Nanda's house. Last time they saw Ratha, they had to undergo the hardest separation ever. Akrura had come with the chariot and he took Krishna away. So when they see a chariot again, they become a little frightened. Shutva praptam bhavadancharam. But as soon as they heard that it was an attendant of Krishna, another devotee of Krishna who had come as a messenger, they just stopped all their work and they immediately came there to talk to Uddhava. They wanted to listen what is Krishna doing, what is happening with him. That news they want. So that is the intense bhakti that they have towards Krishna. They want to listen about him. Where is it they get the news from? Drishtva chainam tadupa upama lasa resha bhusha piram smritva smritva tapavirasiddham yuchati stani. Uddhalapaha kathamapi punargadgadam vachamuchuhu Saujanyāni nijaparabhidāmapyalam vismarantyah. So they saw Uddhava in Nanda's house. As soon as they saw him, they immediately remembered Krishna. Because the way Uddhava dresses, the way his behavior, his character is so similar to Krishna. Because Uddhava in Bhagavata it says when he was a 5-year-old kid, even then he used to imitate Krishna. That was his bhakti. Hayanaha, Panchahayanaha, even when he was 5 years old, he was always thinking of Krishna. So Upama Lasa Vesha Bhusha Abhirava, the way he dresses, the ornaments he is having, everything is so similar to Krishna, identical. Smritva Smritva Toyarisadani. And they start remembering all about Krishna again, all his leelas, various sportive deeds, and they are not able to speak. The tears choke their voice. They are extremely overcome by emotion. Uddhalapaha. Kathamapi punargadgadam vachamuchuhu. But somehow they overcome that feeling and they start speaking to Uddhava. Saujanyāni nijaparabhidāmapyalam vismarantyah. So usually, third person, somebody has come, a stranger has come, you've never seen him before. That too, a male has come. All the ladies have immediately come there and they start speaking to him. That is usually not acceptable social behavior. Especially in a village like that, in Vrindavana, and in that time and age. So, Saujanya, Nija Parabhidam Pyaram Vismanatyaha, they forgot all that. They want to know about Krishna, they want to talk about Krishna, they want to listen about Krishna. So they forget all those that social etiquette and they talk with Uddhava. There is no difference between themselves and Uddhava. Sriman kim tvam pitujanakrite preshito nirdagena vasu karto nagara sudrusham ahare nathavayaha. They tell him, oh Sriman, I don't know his name yet. So, oh Uddhava, pitujanakrite preshito nirdagena. Have you been sent by Krishna to talk to his parents? You would have probably forgotten all about us. So some news, some message he wanted to give to Nanda and Yashoda, therefore he has sent you as the messenger. Isn't it so? Vasam Kanta, where is he? What is he up to? Nagara Sundusham. Has he started going along with the women in the city? And they are the ones who will be attracted to him now. We have no standing there. We are not able to see him. Ahare Nathavaya. So now he has become the beloved of the city beauties. Nagara Sudusha. Ashleshanam Amrita Babushaha Kamtate Chumbananam Ummadanam Kuhatavachasam Vispare Kantakava. So they go on bombarding him with questions. And immediately they go into memory and they start reminiscing about Krishna. They start reminiscing about the Rasa Krida, the nights that were spent in his embrace along with him on the banks of Yamuna, and the way, the emotion, the high that they felt, and the way Krishna used to speak. Who can forget all that? How can we forget all that? We cannot forget. So what is he doing now? Rasa Krida Lubita Laditam Vishnatham Keshavasham Mandodhinna Shamajala Ganam Lopaniyam Patangam Karunyamthe Sakrida Visamalingitam Darshayeti Premonmadan Bhuvanammadana Priyastvam Videbuhu. The ocean of compassion. So just one speech shows that enchanting form that you had, that beautiful form, that handsome form of yours. Please, we want to see it once more. We want to embrace it once more. We remember that Rasa Krida form. How was it? That hair that was pressed during the Rasa dance, Krishna's hair, it just got untied. It was nicely pressed. Oh, he had tied it and he had nicely pressed it. During the dance, it just became dishevelled and it was thrown all around. And because of all the dancing and all the exertion, slowly there was beads of sweat all over. With that sweat and the dishevelled hair, Krishna was all the more beautiful to see. So, Premonmada Bhuvanamadana Tatviyas Twamvilepuhu. Like this, Gopikas implored Uddhava again and again. That intensity of love that they had, it just could not be matched. Evam Ragair Divashavachanaihi Akula Gopikastaha Tvatsandeshais Prakatimanayate Sotha Vijnana Garbhihi Bhugyastabhihi Muditamatibihi Tvanmagibhirvadhubihi Tattatvarta Sarasamanayate Kanichit Vasarani. So then, after listening to all this from the gopis, Uddhava imparts the message that Krishna had given to him. He comforted them first that Krishna has sent you a message. He has not sent it only for Nanda and Yashoda. He has sent you also a message. And this message is of the highest knowledge. And it's a very secret message that he has sent to you. It was extremely pregnant with spiritual knowledge. And even though they were expressing their grief, and all the despair that they were showing, Prakriti Manayate Sotha Vijnana Garbhaihi. Vijnana, that jnana, the knowledge, he had just put it inside that message of his, and he wanted to plant the seed within the Gopikas. So he imparted this whole knowledge to them that Krishna had sent to him. And after that, he spent a few more days there along with the gopis, listening to them, and he talking about Krishna. All the activities that Krishna is doing in Mathura, he gives them, and they talk about all the leelas that happened in Vrindavana. And like this, with all the discussions, he spent many days there. Tvatprodganihi Sahita Manisham Sarvato Gehagratyam Tvatvartaiva Prasarati Vithaha Saivajot Swapalavaha Cheshtafrayas Tvadanubhitagyaha Tvarmayam Sarvamevam Drishtva Yamohadadhitam Vismayadutthavodyam. Uddhava sees their daily routine, the daily routine of the gopis. He is now able to see, and he is living with them. And when he sees that whatever they do, they're always thinking of Krishna, whether they perform their household chores, whether they start thinking about Krishna. And if there's a conversation, usually villagers, you go stand outside the house, there's a person from another house, you will start conversing about something. Their conversations were only about Krishna. They don't ask what happened with your family, what is happening to the cousin, second cousin of yours, the newly married person, what is happening to him. So no such varta. Whatever news, whatever gossip is there, the gossip is around Krishna only. All the gossip is about Krishna. So even the sleep talking in the dreams, when you sleep, you sometimes start talking in your sleep. Even that is about Krishna only. Means even in the dreams, only Krishna is coming. So to see Bhagavan in the dreams also, that should be great punya. These gopikas are seeing him all through the day. And all the actions that they do are imitations of Krishna only. Seeing them identified with Krishna like this, Uddhava was completely wonderstruck. That is the last verse of the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Today being Gita Jayanti also, you have to please see one verse of Gita. The last verse of the 11th chapter, Bhagavan says, Matkarvakarmatparamaha madbhakta sangavarjitaha nirvaira sarvabhuteshu yasamameti pandava. Adi Shankaracharya, in his Bhagavad Gita Bhashya, he says, this shloka is the sara of the whole Gita Shastra. The Gita Shastra itself is the sara of all the Upanishads and Shrutis. He says, this one verse is the essence of the Gita. Sarvasya Gita Shastra, this is the shloka. What is the shloka? Matkarma kriti matparamaha. One who does activity only for me. It might be any secular activity that we're doing in this world, but if it is done only with the Bhagavan in mind, it is any activity you do, you say it is for Bhagavan. You are eating, it is for Bhagavan. You are cooking, it is for Bhagavan. You are doing your official work, it is for Bhagavan. You are traveling from one place to another. I am traveling for the sake of Bhagavan. I am driving my vehicle for the sake of Bhagavan. I am speaking for the sake of Bhagavan. I take care of my kids for the sake of Bhagavan. I take care of my parents for Bhagavan. Mat karma mat paramaha becomes everything is for me. Nothing else is there. Mad bhaktaha sudhavarjitaha. When he becomes my bhakta and he gains a detachment towards everything in this world, because you see everything as Bhagavan, then you are not attached to this worldly things. You are attached only to Bhagavan. Because Bhagavan is there in everything that you do. So your attachment is there only for Bhagavan, not for the things of the world. So there is a saying, I think Vivekananda used to say, all the relationships in this world should be divinized. Our relationship with our parents, with our spouses, with our children, with our relatives. So divinize the human relationships. At the same time, you have to humanize the divine relationship. The relationship with Bhagavan should be made human. He is either my father or mother. He is my friend. He is my child. This is the relationship that you should have with Bhagavan. But when you have the relationship with other human, everything you have to see is they are Bhagavan. They are Bhagavan. In relation, sir, is Bhagavat Swarupa itself. So divinize the human relationships and humanize the divine relationship, which the gopis have perfected completely. Matkarma kriti matparamaha madbhakta sangavarjitaha nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. Once that happens, you have no enmity, no raga, no dvesha towards any of the beings of this world. Yaha samameti pandava. That person attains me without doubt. So that is the ideal bhakti of the gopis. Radhaya me priyatamamitam mapriyavam praviti. Tvam kim maunam kalayasi sakhe manini matpriyeva ityadeva prapadati sakhi tvatpriyo nirjanema itam vadair aramaya dayam tvatpriya mutpalakshi. Krishna sent a special message for Radha also. He says, your dear one, Krishna talks to me. Uddhava is telling Radha, he takes Radha alone, and to the lotus side, Radha is saying, Krishna talks to me, assuming that I am Radha. When Uddhava is staying alone with Krishna, Krishna talks to Uddhava, assuming that Uddhava is Radha. And this is how he talks to Uddhava. Oh friend, my Radha likes this very much. This thing she likes very much. Radha speaks in this way only, and he imitates how Radha speaks. And then Uddhava does not reply, he is only listening to Krishna. And then Krishna asks Uddhava, why are you remaining silent? Radha also remains silent like this only. So all this Uddhava relates to Radha. Eshyam indraganupagamam kevalam karyabharat Vishleshe visparanadridata sambhavat mastu khedaha. Krishna has also consoled them by saying, I will surely come back very soon. I am not able to come now only because of work pressure. He is also giving an excuse like many of us give in these days. Karya bharat, kevalam karya bharat. Vishleshe visparanadridata. Is because of separation, the intensity of attachment will increase. Therefore, for now, there need not be any grief. Even though we are separated, the attachment is always there, and the remembrance becomes very firm. Brahmanande vilatina chirat sangamo viyogaha. You will all reach that Brahmananda very soon. And when you reach there, there is neither sangama nor viyoga. There is neither union nor separation, because all that exists is that non-dual. So everything will mean the same to you. This is going to happen later when he meets them in Syamantamachaka. Astulyo vasya iditavagira sokaro nyathastaha. Like this, he makes them, he removes their grief. He somehow consoles them and makes them free of sorrow. Uddhava tries to placate them. This is where, when Uddhava comes, the gopis sing to him the Brahmara Gita. So, I told you Uddhava is very similar to Krishna in Akriti also. He is also dark in color and he also wears a Pitambara. So when they look at Uddhava, they immediately feel like he is Krishna. extremely dark. One gopi, she sees a bee. Uddhava is there, she also sees a bee. This bee is also black in color. Then they see this bee and she starts speaking to the bee. She is actually speaking to Krishna. And she wants this message to go to Krishna through Uddhava. But she is speaking to the bee. And she says, all these black fellows that are there, whoever is dark skinned like you, they are not to be trusted at all. This Krishna, he was here for some days, he went away. Uddhava has come now, he will also go away. You are also like this. For some time, you go sit on a flower. And then if that flower has no honey, you go to a different flower. Like this, you keep taking the honey and you go store the honey somewhere. You are this Asita people, those who are dark skinned, they are not to be trusted at all. This is how she starts speaking to the bee. In that Bhramara Gita, the beautiful verse by the Gopi, Yadanu Charita Leela Karna Piyusha Vipru Sakadana Vibhuta Dharma Vinashtaha. By listening to Bhagavad Leela, even for a single time, this person, if it goes and touches his heart, all the Dvandva Dharmas fall away. Dvandva means anything that is opposite. Radha, Dvesha, Sukha, Dukha, Labha, Nashta. Everything just drops away. Dvandva Dharma Vinashtaha. Not 1%, not 2%. How many we have seen in the Katha? Everybody listens to this glory of the Lord and everything drops away. Savani Grihakudumbam Dinamutsrijya Dinaha. They throw away their families, they throw away their possessions, and they become one with Bhagavan. Only Bhagavan takes away all their mental space. Bahava iha vihangaha vikshudaryam charanti. So many birds, by meaning birds, they are talking about Paramahamsas, who have become free birds, and they are just going around for Bhiksha. Vikshudaryam charanti. They have become completely detached from the world by just listening to Krishna Leelas. We have also become like that. That is what the gopis want to say. We no more have any attachment to our Griha Kritya. We are doing that. That is just the body is doing that. We have become Madkarma Paramaha. And we are doing Vikhusaryam Charanti. What? Just like so, those Paramahamsas, gopis are also understanding that they have also become Paramahamsas. And Uddhava says, Bhakti Sakala Bhavane Nikshida Nashrutava Kimshastrohihi Kimihatapasa Gopikabhyo Nastu. The bhakti like this, in all the three words, I have never heard, I have not seen, I have not even heard of such a bhakti. By staying with the Gopikas for so many days, Uddhava comes to the conclusion that such a bhakti does not exist anywhere else other than the Gopikas. What is the use of learning all Shastras? Kim Shastro Bhihi, Kimihatapasa. What is the use of doing great penance? Even Asuras did great penance. What is the use of just penance? What is the use of just studying the Shastras if you do not have this bhakti towards Bhagavan? Gopikabhyo namostu. I bow down to the gopis. Yes. Uddhava, that last verse in the chapter in Bhagavata, Uddhava says, Vande Nandam Vrajastrinam Padarenu Abhikshnashaha. I not only bow down to them, I bow down to the dust of their feet, dust of the feet of the Gopikas. Padarenu Abhikshnashaha. Again and again I bow down to that. Yasam Harikathod Geetam. The way they sing about Hari, the way they sing about Krishna, all the three words are purified just by them. Punati Bhuvanatrayam, the same thing, Bhattatri brings in it. Gopika Bhyo Namostu. I go down to those gopis who are unparalleled in the devotion. Ityanda Gulam Bhagatam Gokula Dudhavam Tam. So he's brimming with joy, having been in that satsanga with gopis. Being with gopis itself is satsanga. They have created that satsanga there. Drishtva Krishno Gurupurapade Pahima Mamayoghat. Seeing Gokula return from there and brimming with this joy, Krishna also is very happy. And that Krishna, may he eradicate all our ailments. Dashakam 77. We move on to various Dwaraka Leela now. Next 10 to 13 Dashaka is Krishna being in Dwaraka. He is not yet moved to Dwaraka. It begins with the Mathura Leela and then he moves to Dwaraka in this Dashaka. Sairandhriyastanajiram smaradurayaha yatoku suritam thavena sartham avasam tadupagamotsavam sadaiva Jayantya Pratidinavasa Sajjikayaha. The Sairandri was there previously. So by Sairandri, I mean the one who had given scents to Krishna. We saw in the previous discourse the Kubja who Krishna had straightened. She had invited Krishna to come home. Krishna said, for now I have other work to do. I will come home later. I will bless you. So that Sairandri, Chiram Smaraduraya. Smara means Kama. Kama has captured her heart. She has that love towards Krishna. Yato Guru Sudalita Uddhavena Sartham. So once Krishna went to her house along with Uddhava, and she, almost like Shabari way, every day she is decorating her house in expectation of the arrival of Krishna. Every day she is beautifully decorating and adorning herself and decorating the house. Yeah. And if Krishna comes, it's a great festival for her. So, assuming that he is going to come any day, he is doing the decoration every day. Vagate tvagi purna manoratham pramadasam brahmakam prapayodharam vividhamananamadadati mudarahasitam ramayan chakrishe sukham. When Krishna came, she was absolutely overjoyed. She offered him so much food, so many things to eat, various kinds of honors. She's just quivering, her breasts are trembling with that intense joy and excitement. Later, Uddhava returned back and Krishna stayed back and he blessed her with a lot of delight in the private quarters. Ramayam rahasita ramayan chakrishe swayam Krishtavaram punarasa vavrinokvaraki bhugyastvaya suratame manishantareshu. Later, Krishna asked her what food she wanted. She, Bhattatri calls her a pitiable woman, Paraki. She could have asked for anything from Krishna. When Krishna said, I wanted to give you a boon, she could have asked for the greatest union with him of Brahmananda. Okay, let us say at least only wise people might ask for that union. Sayujya Vastiti Vade Nithaye Bhagam. Only wise men will ask for Sayujya, for being one with Bhagavan. She could have at least asked for Sami Vyamas Panishamityapi Nam Bravikim. She could have at least said, I want to always be with you, I want to be close to you. At least then it would have been a great thing. But she only asked that let me again have this kind of a pleasure on many more nights. Bhuyastvaya Suratameva Nishantareshu. On other nights also, I want to have the same kind of pleasure. Is what she asked Krishna. So Bhattatri feels for her that she could have asked for liberation. Okay, she did not ask for liberation, which only wise people ask. She could have at least asked for Samipya, whereas she asked for such a Shudra. But still, she asked that from Bhagavan, and therefore there is a punya. Tato bhavan deva nishasukasuyanne adadu pashloka vitishrutam sutam sanarada sattva-tatantra vidvabhu. Therefore, Bhagavan also spent many more nights whenever time permitted with her. And gave her a lot of pleasure. And also, he had a son with her called Upashloka. He was named as Upashloka, and this Upashloka learned the Sattvata Tantra from Bhagavan Narada. The Sattvata Tantra is the Shastra from which the current day Pancharatra Agama comes. Pancharatra Agama is the one that is used in all the temples, Vishnu, Vaishnava temples. Wherever Vaishnava Agama is the Pancharatra Agama, and that Pancharatra comes from the Sattvata Tantra. So Upashloka learned this Shastra from Narada Muni. Upashloka, who is Bhagavan's son. Akrura Mandiramito Thabalodhavabhyam Abhyarchito Bahunuto Budidena Tena Enam Visitya Vivina Gadavantave Yamritam Vivedita Tatha Dhatarashtrajeshtam. Then once, along with Balarama and Uddhava, Krishna went to Akrura's house. Akrura was the one who brought them from Gokula. Akrura Also that day he invited Krishna and Balarama, but they said today we can't come, we will come another day. So now he busy delighted to see Bhagavan and he honors and praises Bhagavan. He does all the stotra. After sending Akura to Hastinapura, so from there Bhagavan sends Akura to Hastinapura to learn about the Pandavas. That is when Pandavas have returned from Jatugriha, that is the house of lack. They were birthed there and after no, this is before, correct. Before leaving the Indraprastha, that is the time. So he wants to learn about what is happening there, and he understands that Dhritarashtra is not very loving towards them. Dhritarashtra cheshta, Vrittam Vivedita Tatha Dhritarashtra cheshta. That the surrounding, the environment is not amiable for Hastinapura. निघाताच्चामातुः परमसुहृदो भोजनृपतेः जरासन्धेरुन्धत्यनवधिरोषान्धे नमथुरां कथाद्यैर्द्योर्लब्धैः कतिपयबलस्त्वं बलयुतः त्रयोविंशत्यक्षौ हिडितवनीतं समहृताः. Krishna killed Kamsa. Kamsa's wives were Jarasandha's daughters. Kamsa had two wives, both of them were Jarasandha's daughters. Jarasandha, he became extremely angry, was blinded by anger that his son-in-law was killed, Vidhata Jamatu, and by Krishna. Kamsa was also a dear friend of Jarasandha. So he came and he laid a siege on Mathura. Krishna and Balarama, they were equipped with charioteer and everything from heaven itself. That is the chariot and everything that they got from there. Krishna and Balarama, they fought against Jarasandha. Jarasandha came with 23 Akshauhinis of Sena, of army. One Akshauhini is a huge army. The calculation is there in the Mahabharata. Calculation is basically that one Akshauhini consists of 21,870 chariots, 21,870 elephants, 3 times the number of horses. So 21,870 into 3, that is around 65,610 horses, and 5 times the count of infantry. Infantry is the soldiers on foot, but 1,09,000 around, which is the number of infantry. So this is one Akshauhini, like this 23 Akshauhinis. Is there a few lakh number of Balarama bound this very strong Jarasandha. The least more strong. He had his own equal to Jarasandha in might. So therefore Krishna released him so that he would come back again and again to attack him, and the whole Bhubhara could be vanquished. His whole army could be vanquished. So therefore Krishna released him. Jarasandha was extremely disappointed. He was depressed that Mathura is such a simple city I thought to conquer, and these young boys I thought it would be easy to conquer. He was Bhagna, totally depressed, heartbroken. Bhagnassa lagna hridayo vidrupaih pranunnaha yuddham tvaya vyajita shodashaktatvayevam. But he has his own group of people. Shishupala, Rukmi, Gandhavakra, and all of these people are Jarasandha's group. They egged him on. They encouraged him and said, come on, you can do it. You have to try it again. So Drupaih pranunnaha. Like this, another 16 times Jarasandha fought against Krishna. In total, 17 times. Akshauhini Shiva Shivasti Jagannatha Vishnu. Oh Vishnu, Krishna. Every time he came with 23 Akshauhinis and every time he destroyed all his army and sent him only him back. Shiva Shiva, Ada Ada, what we say, Shiva Shiva, that is the meaning for Shiva Shiva here. Shiva Shivasya Jagantha Vishnu Sambhoya Saika Navati Trishatam Tadani. It all totaled to 391 Akshauhinis. 23 to 17 is 391. So Sambhoya. Narayaneeyam is doing the summation here. Sambhoya Saika Navati Trishatam. Saika Navati Trishatam is 391. Akshauhinis of army that we destroyed of Jarasandhas at that time. What a great wonder that is. Ashtadashesya samare samubeyushitvam drishtva purotha yamanam trikotya. The 18th time again, Jarasandha attacks. This time there is a little change because not only Jarasandha is attacking from the west, Mathura is, it's close to Delhi, and Magadha is around Bihar. So from there, Jarasandha attacks again and again. This is the 18th time he is attacking. So he is attacking from the east of Mathura. From the west comes another army of Yavanas. So Yavana Trikotya. From both sides now, Mathura is being attacked. Probably Jarasandha is also a part of Aryavata, so he plays by the rules of war within Bharatavarsa. So he will not attack the city itself and attack the civilians. But this person coming from the west, Yavana, is probably some person from the Greek or Middle East Asia. Yavanas is the older term for people from that part of the world. So this Yavana is attacking. His name is Kara Yavana, is the leader of their army. So they might actually attack the city itself. They may attack the civilians, so they may not stay outside the city to wage the war. That is why Krishna decides that his whole city has to be shifted somewhere safe. All the inhabitants of the city have to be moved. This war cannot be fought on both ends of the city with the civilians in between. Tvashtra vidhapya puramashupayothi madhye. Tvashtra is Vishwakarma. He immediately asked Vishwakarma to create a city in the middle of the ocean where you will not have such attacks from both sides. If you attack through a navy, which will take a long time to do. Puramashu Payothi Madhye, right in the center of the sea. Tatra Tayoga Bharata Swajana Anaishihi Bayon Krishna's yogic prowess. This Yogeshwara, he moves all the inhabitants to the city immediately. Padhyam Tum Padmamari Chakriva Puran Nirgato Dhavamanaha Leche Shena Nigato Vadasupatihi Nena Shailenya. Krishna came out of the city to respond to this Yavana army. He would have brought an army with him. He did not even carry his own weapons, neither discus, no Kaumaduki, no Saranga, nothing. He just came out walking. As if he is going for a walk around his city, he came out. He saw this Yavana army, Kala Yavana saw him. He pretended to be running away from that army. The leader of the Yavanas, Kala Yavana, saw him and started chasing behind him. Puran Nirgato Dhavamana. And Krishna started running even faster. And he was followed again and again. This Mlechesha, this Kala Yavana, did not have the punya to be killed by Krishna himself. Many asuras had that punya because of their Purvasana. They had some punya, that is why they could be killed by Krishna. Whereas Jarasandha, Kala Yavana do not have this punya. That is why Krishna is still not killing them. So this Kala Yavana follows Krishna. Krishna keeps on running away. He entered into a hill, somewhere into some cave he entered. Sukte Rankhya Hatena Yudamatham Chukundena Pasmi Kudesmin. This Kala Yavana enters inside. He searches around and in the dim light he cannot see much. He sees somebody sleeping on the floor. Thinks Krishna is the one who has come so far. He has made me walk so far and now he is pretending to be asleep. And he gives him a nice kick and wakes him up. The person who wakes up is not Krishna, it is Muchukunda, the king from the Ikshvaku lineage. As soon as Mukunda wakes up, he opens his eyes and Kala Yavana is just reduced to ashes right there. Gubhayasmi guhante suleta bhakushadastishe bhakti bhaje. Muchukunda is a king in the Ikshvaku lineage. who had fought and helped Indra defeat Asuras. So it was such a long fight that Muchukunda was extremely tired after the whole fight. When Indra asked for a boon, Muchukunda said, I want to rest and nobody would disturb me. Indra said, you rest wherever you go to the cave and rest, and whoever wakes you up, whoever you see as soon as you wake up, they will be reduced to ashes. Kalayavana became the subject of that. And once Muchukunda had woken up, Bhagavan gave him his own darshana. In that dark cave, Bhagavan was just beaming with radiance. Sulalita Vapusha Tastishe Bhakti Bhaje Aikshvagoham Viraktosmi Kiran Rupasukhe Praprasadi Gagankshi. Muchukunda prays to Bhagavan, says, now I have no desire for this world. I have absolute vairagya, viraktos. No, I don't want to go back and be a king or anything. No Rupa Sukha there. And I want only your prasada, only your blessings and anugraha that I want. Hare Vistuvantam Paravitadishukam Nispraham Vikshya Hrishin. Even though God wanted to give many boons, Muchukunda did not want any, and he wanted only Bhagavad Bhakti. So Bhagavan became very happy because of that. Mukte Tulyancha Bhaktim. So he gave bhakti to Muchukunda, which is equal to mukti. Bhuta Sakalavadam Mokshamapya Shudatva. Therefore, he removed, with his bhakti, Muchukunda will remove all his sins. Mokshamapya Shudatva, giving him moksha very soon. Muchukunda has one more janma. The next janma, he will attain moksha. That is what is there in Bhagavata. That is why Ashudatva, very soon giving it to him. Karyam himsa vishuddhi tapayati tada pratha loka pratiti. So to purify his sins, which he, by fighting so many wars along the Asuras, he has killed so many people. For all that himsa, he used to purify himself. Therefore, you do tapas. Bhagavan asks him to do tapas, and Bhagavan goes away from that. Therefore, he set an example for the whole world to follow. Even though you might do something, if it is causing himsa, you will have to do the prashchitta and tapas for that sake. So bhakti should always be along with whatever karma you do. If bhakti is always there, if karma yoga is always there, then neither papa or punya will come, because you are always doing everything for Bhagavad Arpana. Then Bhagavan itself will give you the jnana. But if you have done it without that Bhagavad Arpana bhava, and all the karma phala will stick to you. Tadanu Mathurang Gatva Hatva Chanum Yavana Hridam Magadhapatina Marge Singi Pureva Nivaritaha Sharma Vijayam Darpayasmi Padaya Padagitaha Jaladhi Nagarim Yado Patadagishvara Pahima. He returned to Mathura, having reduced his Kala Yavana to ashes. Without leader, the whole army was also vanquished. Hatva Chanum Yavana Hridam. So he destroyed that whole army also, which was bought by that Kala Yavana. And he went to the eastern side to see what Jarasandha is up to. Marge Sanyehi Pureva Nivaritaha. So just like before, every time Jarasandha comes, it has almost become routine to them. You keep doing something again, it becomes like a play. So Krishna is coming from there, Jarasandha stops him on the way. Come on, let us fight again 18th time. Maybe 18th time lucky Jarasandha is. Not the second time, not third time. Jarasandha is 18th time lucky. So the last victory, Krishna thinks enough of this. Krishna is still bored. He has anyway shifted people to Dwaraka. So now he runs away from Jarasandha. Both Krishna and Balarama, they go on to the Raivataka Parvata. Jarasandha tries to chase them. He has surrounded the whole hill by his army. And then he doesn't want to search the whole hill. It is too much of work. He sets the whole hill on fire. Then Krishna and Balarama do a long jump across the hill, and they land somewhere where there is no army, and then they walk away to Dwaraka. Jarasandha thinks that because he has burnt the whole hill, he thinks both of them are dead, and he happily returns back to Magadha. After a long time, when he sees Krishna in Rukmini Vivaha, that is when he will know that Krishna is still alive. So Charama Vijayam Darpaya to inflame Jarasandha's pride. Therefore, he gave this victory to Jarasandha. Pradaya Palagitaha. By running away from the battlefield, Krishna gets the name Ranchod. And even today in Rajasthan, that is the temple that is there. A lot of people have that name, Ranchod. One who runs away from the Rana is Ranchod. Padaya Padayitaha, Jaladhinagarim Yadaha. He went back to Jaladhinagari, which is Dwaraka, which is there in the middle of the ocean. That Guruvayurappa protect me. Madadageshwara Pahima. Dashaka 78 and 79 is Rukmini Kalyana. Beautiful episode for today. These two Dashakams, Bhattatri is playing around with words. So, Alankara in poetry is of two types. One is Shabda Alankara and other is Artha Alankara. Shabda Alankara is very nice to listen to. You just listen to that poem itself, you feel something. Either it is the rhythm of the poem, or it is the words that are being used, or it may be the alliteration. All this is Shabda Alankara. So here what is used is something called as a yamaka, which is the repetition of some syllables. A set of syllables is repeated again, but in two different meanings here. By that it makes it very nice to listen to. So a lot of yamaka and prasa which he uses in both these. So he mainly in the last pada, it's the last quarter of the verses, all the 22 verses of these two dashkas, 78 and 79, the last quarter has a yamaka. Three syllables will be repeated again and again. Syllable 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7 would be exactly the same across all the 22 verses. Probably he's repeating the same verses to show each of those they have to be split differently and they will have different meanings. But they will read the same. So it is to show, probably it is to show that husband and wife have to be like this. They seem to be exactly same in many things, but they have to complement each other with their meaning. Wherever one has something to give, the other has to give, and the other has to help the other person. So together they make a complete whole. Maybe to show that, talking about both Balarama and Krishna's wedding, he uses this beautiful Shabda Alankara. Artha Alankara is where you have beauty through the meaning, which is always there. Bhattatri is adroit in using both of them, both Shabda Alankara and Artha Alankara. Here, basically, these two dashkas, he uses yamaka a lot. Tridivavardha kivarthita kaushalam tidashadatta samasta vibhutimatim jaladhi madhyagatam tvamabhushayaha navapuram vapuram chitarocisha. Tridivavardha kivarthita kaushalam. So in the middle of the city in the sea, that is in Dwaraka, which Vishwakarma, the architect of the gods, he had all his skill, he had come and shown them. Whatever skill he possessed, he had shown it in the construction of Dwaraka. And all the gods had conferred their prosperity on Dwaraka. In that kind of wonderful city, you were a jewel for them. You adorned that city by the splendor of your form. Like there's a beautiful whole city, and Krishna is like the crest jewel of that city of Dwaraka. Navapuram. Navapuram means new city. Navapuram. Babuhu Anchita Rojisha. Your body, your form itself was the great adornment for that place. That is how Bhattatri is creating that. Navapuram. Vapuram is the repetition, the yamaka. Navapuram means the new city. Vapuranchita Rojisha means by your form you are radiating in that whole city. Dadushirevata bhughritirevati harabhrite tanayam vitishasanate Mahidamutsavaghoshamapokushaha samuditair muditai sahajadavaihi. King Revata was that very king from Treta Yuga, this Revata. He wanted to give his daughter in marriage to a very suitable group. So he went directly to Brahma to ask for an alliance. Like we go to our elderly people to ask for alliance. So he went directly to Brahma. Brahma was extremely busy in various things. He did not have the time to give to Revata. So Revata was waiting and waiting and waiting. By the time Brahma came to Revata, one yuga had already passed. That is the time there. There is a time dilation between Earth's time and Brahma's time. So much time had passed. So Brahma said, by the time you go back to the earth, no more of your relatives, nobody will be there. You give this Revati in marriage to Balarama. So, along with all the Yadavas who had assembled, they celebrated the marriage of Revati and Balarama. So, that is why you see in that many stories you will know that Revati was extremely tall. Because she is from the previous Yuga. So Balarama with his flow, he had to reduce her height so that she is somewhat around their same height. From the previous Yuga, they are all very tall. They are not the height of Balarama and Krishna. So that is a wonderful story regarding Balarama's marriage. In one shloka, Bhattacharya completes that. Now starts the Rukmini Vivaha story. Ata vidarbha sutam khalu Rukminim pranayinim tvagideva sahodaraha Swayamatit satache dimahi bhuje swatamasa tamasathu mupashrayan. Rukmini was the daughter of Vidarbha Raja. Bhishmaka was his name. She had 5 brothers, among whom the eldest was Rupi. She was extremely attached. She had so much love towards Krishna. She wanted to marry only Krishna. She is Mahalakshmi Swarupa Rukmini. So she wanted to marry Krishna. Her elder brother Rukmi, he is of this group of Shishupala, Jarasandha. He spoke with his close friend Shishupala. He finished saying, he made an arrangement saying, I will give my sister to you in marriage. This is the arrangement that they made. Swayamatit, he did not talk to his father, he did not consult with elders or anything. He himself made an agreement. Outside of anybody's thing, he himself made the agreement. Swatamasa, by his own darkness, his ignorance. Tam asadhu mupashrayan. So, tam asadhu, he is an asadhu. Rukmi is an asadhu. He had become friend with that Shishupala. Wicked Shishupala, he had become friend. So, Swatamasa, tamasathu mupashrayan, tamasa, tamasa. So, if those who are listening, if you have the books, you can see that Yamaka in each verse there. I'm trying to explain the way he has split those 2 words to make the same syllables repeat but have extremely different meaning. Chiradhritam pranaya tvagivalika sapadikankita bhanga samakula tavanivedha gitum dvijamadishatem swakadanam kadananga vinirmitam. Chiradhrita pranaya. Rukmini had heard a lot about Krishna from a very young age, from various sadhus passing through the kingdom. They all used to sing about Krishna Leela. So just by listening to him, she becomes overcome with love for him. Kankshita bhanga samakula. So what is her desire? Kankshita is desire. She desires to marry Krishna, but that is becoming bhanga now. That desire is being destroyed. So she becomes overcome by grief because of that. Samakula. Tavanivedalikum vijamadishati. So he secretly sends a Brahmana to talk to Krishna, to say, give a message to Krishna that this is what her desire is. Swakadanam kadananga vinirmitam. Swakadanam means her own distress that is there. She wants to express to Krishna. But kadananga vinirmitam, which has been made possible by Ananga, God of love. Kadananga, the cruel Cupid, the cruel Manmatha has put me in this situation. Dvijasuto vichaturnamupayayu. That son of a Brahmana, he came to Dwaraka immediately. Tavapuram hi durasha durasadam. He came to Dwaraka. Bhattacharya gives an adjective for Dwaraka that those who have not done punya, they cannot enter the city at all. Durasha durasadam. Mudamava pacha sadhara pujitaha. Sabhavata bhavata padata swayam. Krishna received this Brahmana in person. Krishna himself went and received him and honored him with all the satkara. And oh Krishna, what to talk? This Brahmana was extremely delighted because of that. Saja bhavantam avochata kundine drupasuta kalu rajati rukmini. Brahmana gives the message. He says, in that city of Vidarbha, there lives a princess by name of Rukmini. Vahi samutsukaya nijadhirata rakitaya hitaya prahitosmyam. She is deeply in love with you. Samutsukaya. but she does not have the required facility, and she does not have enough courage to come to act on her own. She cannot do anything on her own because she is under the control of her brother. So she cannot do. Nija dhirata rahitaya taya prahitosmyam hi taya prahitosmyaham. I have been sent by her to give you this message. What is the message? Tava hritasmi puraiva gunairaham harati mankira chedi drupoduna ai kripalaya palaya mamiti prajagate jagate kapate taya. By your gunas, by your qualities, I have been captivated, I have been taken away. It is so beautiful to see how Bhattatree comprises the original of Bhagavata. Haratimankila Chedi Drupoduna, that Chedi Drupa, Shishupala, who is the king of the Chedi Desha, he is the one who is going to take me away now. Adi Kripalaya, O ocean of compassion, Palayamamiti, protect me. Prajagade, this is what she said, this is what she has said through me. Jagadeka Pade Taya, you are the single Lord of the whole universe. This is what she has said. The shloka in Bhagavata, his letter starts as Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara Shanmadante Nirvishya Karna Vivaraihi Haratam Gadam Upam Drisham Trishimada Makilarthalabam Vajyachyuda Vihari Chitramapatrapamne Shrutva Gunan, having heard those great qualities, Bhuvana Sundara Jagade, so beautifully that whole letter has been condensed here. Right? I want that Bhuvana Sundara, one who is the so beautiful among everyone else. You are the only person who has beauty. Bhuvana Sundara Shandatamante. Having listened to your qualities, and those qualities have just pierced and they have entered every cell in my body. Nirvishya Karna Vivaraihi. They went in through the holes in my ears. Arataha Angatava, but they remove all the afflictions in my body. They are there in every cell of my being, says Rukmini. This is the letter she sends to Krishna, and the Brahmana conveys it to Krishna. Asharanam yadimam tam upekshase sapadi jeevitameva jahamyaham. I have no other shelter. Asharanaham. If at all you do not help me, if you do not give shelter to me, I have no other refuge. If you forsake me, ubekshase, tvam mam ubekshase, immediately I will have to give up my life. Iti gira sutano ratano drisham suhridayam hridayam tabakataram. So by conveying this news to him, the Rukmini's words to Krishna, this good-hearted Brahmana, that Brahmana has come to wanting to help Krishna and Rukmini, wanting to put them together. By conveying this message, he made Krishna very agitated. Krishna became agitated. See, if I do not go, then Krishna is under pressure now that he has to immediately go and save Rukmini. So he becomes very agitated. Tabakataram, Suhridayam, Hridayam Tabakataram. Suhridaya, Brahmana is a Suhridaya. He has a very good heart. But Hridaya, Bhagavan becomes Katara, becomes agitated. Agatayastha Mathaina Maye Sake, Tadathika Manmatha Vedana, Drupasamaksha Mupetyaharamya, Tadagitam, the Gitamasite Kshanam. So Bhagavan replied to the Brahmana, Krishna tells the Brahmana, the love that I have for Rukmini is far greater than what she has for me. That is the amount I am also attracted. I shall immediately come there. Surely I will come there and I will take her away with the Rakshasa Nidhana. I will carry her away. Let her have no doubt about that. In the presence of all those kings, in presence of Shishupala and Jarasandha, in front of everyone, I will carry her away. That is my promise to you. Tadayitam, dayitama sitekshanam, ayitam, oh you, tam, her, dayitam. Dayitam means one who is very beloved to me. Asitekshana, that one with the eyes, very black eyes. Asitekshana means that. I will take her away. Pramuditena jatena samantada rathagato lagu pundina me givane Guru Marut Puranayaka me bhavan vidanutam tanutam nikhilapadam. Oh Lord of Guruvayurappa. So immediately he set out on the chariot along with the Brahmana. The Brahmana also, you tell me the route. You can repeat it, you show me the route, and along with the Brahmana, the chariot, very soon he reached the Kundina Nagara. Kundina is the capital of Vidarbha Desha, the Kundina Mehimanan. Vitanutam, Tanutam, Nikhilavata. Nikhilavata, all my sufferings, so you remove all of that. Yes. But please prarthana to Guruvayurappa, Dashaka 79. Balasameta Balanugato Bhavan Puramagahata Bhishmakamaditaha Dvijasutam Tadupa Gamavadinam Dhitarasata Rasa Prananamasa. The previous shloka said only Krishna left and went to Dwaraka. Now Bhattacharya says Balasameta Balanugato Bhavan. You entered Kundina along with Balarama. As soon as Balarama got to know that Krishna has left alone on his chariot with just his charioteer and this Brahmana, Balarama takes the whole army of Dwaraka and follows them, because he knows that why Krishna has gone. And when Krishna kidnaps Rukmini, he knows there is a fight that will follow. There's a war, there's some battle that will follow. So he takes all the army and he follows Krishna. Therefore, Balasameta Balanugata. Balama also goes, the Bala also goes. There is the whole Sena also follows them. And they reached Kundina, the capital of Vidarbha. Bhishmaka Manitaha. Bhishmaka himself, the king of Vidarbha, he comes and welcomes Krishna. Bhishmaka did not go and welcome Shishupala. So that is in the Vivaha Paddhati, this Madhuparka has to be given to the Jamata before marriage. To be groom, to be son-in-law. The father-in-law gives Madhuparka. Bhishmaka comes and gives Madhuparka to Krishna. He does not give it to Shishupala. So Bhishmakamanitaha. But he does not let that pass through his summarization of Bhagavata. Bhishmakamanitaha. So Bhishmaka also has this in mind that he wants Krishna to be his son-in-law, not Shishupala. Vidasutam tadupagamavadinam. That Brahmana who came immediately goes to Rukmini's Antapura and he says, Krishna has arrived. Do not worry. He has promised that he will protect you. Dhitarasa tarasa prananamasa. So she does not know what to give to the Brahmana. She prostrates in front of him. She just falls and does namaskara to him. Dhitarasa. She becomes overjoyed and with great joy. Tarasa. Immediately, prananamasa. She falls down at his feet and goes down to him. Bhuvanakantam avekshya bhavad babuhu nripasutasya nishamya chacheshtitam Vipulakheda dusham puravasinam saruditairuditairagamannisham. Just by seeing Krishna and hearing about not only all the people in the city, they come to hear about what Rukmini has already promised Shishupala. They did not know. Rukmini secretly made an arrangement with her. But after seeing Krishna, the residents of Vidarbha are seeing Krishna for the first time. Immediately after seeing Krishna, they think he is the right person for our Princess Rukmini. Shishupala, not worth it. But they became deeply distressed now that Rukmini has already created. They cannot go and it is something, the politics of the Rajas. The citizens cannot put their head in there. So they're talking with each other saying, what can we do? This is not right. This is not how it should be happening. And they spent the whole night talking about this and lamenting with each other. Tadanubandhitu Vindumukhi Shivam Vihika Mangala Bhushana Bhasura Niragamat Bhavadarpita Jivita Swapuratah Purata Sukhata Vrita. Rukmini next morning to pray to Parvati. Parvati is there, Kula Devata. She goes to that close hillock which is close to their palace. Vanditu Indumukhi Shivam. This Indumukhi, this moon-like face that Rukmini has, she goes to pray to Shiva, who is Parvati. And she has adorned herself with all the Mangala Bhushanas that is there, all the auspicious ornaments. Niragamat Bhavadarpita Jivita. Beautiful adjective that Bhattacharya uses. She had surrendered herself completely to you. Bhavadarpita Jivita. Her Jivana was yours, nothing else. Niragamat, she went out of the city with only you as the surrender. Swapuratah Purata Sukhata Vrita. Out of the Antapura she came and out of the city she came, surrounded by a lot of gods. Kulavadhu Birubetya Kumarika Girisudam paripujya jasadaram muhuraya chata tatpada pankaje nipatita patitam tava kevalam. With all, from the Antapura, she has come, all her friends and many other women from the Antapura have also accompanied her. With all of them, she reaches the temple and she worships the goddess Parvati there, and she asks from Parvati that I also want to be just like you. The way you are one with Shiva, the way you are always with Shiva and with two wonderful children. Similarly, I also want to be one with Krishna and be in the Grihastha with him. Prostrating at the feet of Parvati, she prays again and again that she has to give Bhagavan as her husband. Nipatita, she just falls down there. Patitam Tavakevalam. You are the only one that Patita. Patita here, the second word Patita means the husbandness. Pati is husband. That she has to get Krishna only as her husband. Patitam Tavakevalam Samavaloka Kutuhala Sankule Nripakule Nivritam Tvagichasthite Nripasuta Niragad Girijalayade Suruchiram Ruchiranchita Dingmukha. So all the kings who were at the palace to see her, they all came outside the palace. The temple is close by. From there, they are all looking at the palace, wanting to see Rukmini who exits the temple. They are all waiting for a glimpse of Rukmini. Kutuhala, they are all just standing. They are standing there unobserved, but that excitement is there within them. Nripasuta Niragad, she exits the temple of Parvati. Very charming manner. Suruchiram Ruchiranchita Dingmukha. Everybody is captivated by her beauty. She is Suruchiram. The way she exits itself is Suruchiram. Everybody is captivated. Ruchiranchita Dingmukha. Bhuvana Mohana Rupa Ruchatada Vivashita Khila Raja Kadambaya Tomi Deva Kataksha Vimokshanihi Pramadaya Madayancha Krishe Manak. Even Bhagavan became enchanted by the glances of Rukmini. Pramadaya Madayancha Krishe Manak. Not only other kings, even Bhagavan himself was enchanted by the beauty of Rukmini. And her beauty is captivating everyone who is present there in the whole world. All the kings are just bewitched. They're just standing there. They do not know what to do. They do not know what they're doing. They're just standing there like figurines. Kvanugamishnyasi chandramukhi kitam sarasanetya karena haran kshanate samadhiropya ratham tamapakrutha bhuvitato vitato dinato dvisham. Krishna, all of them are standing there like statues, just looking at Rukmini. They're seeing it as if some movie is happening in front of them. Krishna approaches Rukmini. He says, "Oh, beautiful one, where are you going? Where are you going?" Panugavishyasi chandramukhi titam. And immediately he holds out his hand. Rukmini catches hold of his hand and he puts her on her chariot. And immediately they go away from there. Samadhiropya ratham tovahrutaha. And all of them are just looking at them. Oh, such a beautiful couple. They were going. Best match for each other. All the kings who had come there to watch this, that's what they're seeing. When they're seeing that is how they're in that kind of a surprise and shock and overcome with the beauty of this couple. Bhuvitato vitato dinato dvisham. After some time, after Krishna had gone some distance, then there is a tumult among everyone. Everything is talking to each other. What just happened? What just happened? Each king is talking to one another. Kvanugata Pashupala Giti Krudha. Where is the cowherd? Where did the cowherd go? Kritarana Yudhishthajita Nrupaha. They all try to attack and chase Krishna. Balarama is waiting for this opportunity. He intervenes right there along with the whole Yadava army and defeats all the kings who try to stop this. Natu Bhavan Udachalya Tairaho. Krishna was not affected one drop in this. Balarama took care of everything. Vishunakai Vivakesari. Shunaka means dog. Just like one lion will not be disturbed by hundreds of dogs which have come there. That Krishna, a single lion, he just went away. All these kings who are there, just like dogs, they have come there. Vishunaka means wicked people. Shunaka means dog. All these wicked men who are standing there, they are like dogs. Krishna is like Kesari, who just went away from there. Vishunakai Vivakesari. Tadanu Rukminamagatamahave Vadhamupekshya Nibadhya Virupayan Kritamadam Parimuchya Baloktibihi Puramaya Ramaya Sahakantaya. Only Rukmi, that is the brother of Rukmini, the eldermost brother of Rukmini, he somehow catches up with Krishna and he tries to stop Krishna from going away, kidnapping Rukmini. Vadham upekshya nibadhya virupayan. Because his own brother-in-law should not be killed, he catches hold of Rukmini. Krishna defeats Rukmini in battle. He catches hold of him, he shaves his head, keeps some parts of the hair is remaining, or probably he shaved his whole head off. Kritamadam, his pride is destroyed. Parimuchya baloktibihi. Balarama comes and says, you will not kill him, just let him go. And Krishna returns to his own city Dwaraka, Puram Ayaha. He returns to his city Dwaraka along with Rama, along with Lakshmi. Ramaya Sahakantaya, along with his wife Lakshmi. Puramaya Ramaya Sahakantaya. Navasamagama Lajjitamanasam Pranaya Kautuka Jrumbhitaman Matham. Since she is newly wedded and the whole place is new to her, she is shy. She is slowly finding her feet around the place. Navasamagam, newly she has come to a place. Therefore, Lajjita Manasa, she is slightly shy. Pranaya Kautuka, because of her love for Krishna, she feels agitated every now and then. She experiences that novel experience that she is having with her husband, and her passion has increased with this closeness that is there because of love and joy, and her face is always beaming with a smile. Aramaya Kadunatha Yatha Sukham Rahasitam Hasitam Shulasan Mukhi. Krishna, with all his speech and the way he deals with her, he keeps her always gleaming and with a smile. Vividha Narma Bhireva Maharnisham Pramadamaka Punarekada Rujumate Kilavakrakira Bhavanim Paratano Ratano Datilolatam. After a long time, so these two verses, 11 and 12, is the summarization of Bhagavata's Adhyaya number 60, where Krishna simply starts pulling Rukmini's leg. He speaks in disparaging terms about himself. He starts saying, why did you marry me? You had Shishupala's hand. Such a great king is there. The Yadava clan, we cannot even become a king. We cannot even crown ourselves. I was a cowherd previously. None of the kings like me. I am almost like an outcast. What did you gain by marrying me? I am a useless fellow. This way, he starts disparaging himself and he talks to Rukmini. Rukmini, she is not able to listen to this and she starts crying. So that is the incident that Bhattatri is describing here. So even though you were giving her great joy day and night, Ividha Dharmabhireva Maharnisham Pramanamakalagayan. Though you were giving her great joy. But once upon a time, Ekada Rujumate Kila, she was one with a straightforward, innocent heart. Vakra Gira Bhavan, talking crooked things by making it various, even though she was simple minded, you caused mental agitation to her. Varatano, Atano, Latino, Latam, all these ambiguous words you started putting in her head and you started causing agitation to her. Tadadhikairath Dalana Kaushalaihi Pranayinimathikam Sukhayannimam Ayi Mukunda Bhavacharitaninaha Prakadatam Gadatanti Mapagurun. She started crying without she did not know what to reply when Krishna started speaking like this. So then somehow Krishna consoled her. He made her even more happier than before by giving her even more love, by manifesting even more love. Athikam Sukhayannimam. Oh Mukunda. Mukunda means one who bestows liberation, one who gives moksha is called Mukunda. Mukundadati Mukundaha. Agi Mukunda Bhavacharitaninaha. By talking about your glory, Prakadatam Gadatanti Mabaguru. He who talk about you, remove all our afflictions, all our sufferings, and all our diseases. May you remove. So Bhattatri experiences the Rukmini Vivaha with this Mangala Rukmini Vivaha on this auspicious day of Vaikuntha Ekadashi. We will also go down to Bhagavan, who is Rukmini Sameta Dwarakadhisha today, and in the next Dashaka, we will see Satyabhama Vivaha and so on in the following weeks. Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Janaki Kanta Smaranam Jaya Jaya Rama Rama Hara Namah Parvati Patage Hara Hara Mahadeva Tomamatma Bhavatu Tumeva Tomanavachim Mama Kinchidasti Yatha Tave Kuruman Pathimat Amatvanam Ramanam Bhajami